What's up, guys? Welcome back to Jews. We have the leader of the Jews today. Right? Can I say that? Leader of the Jews?
Yeah.
He's the number one podcaster out of all of our friends. It's good to have you here, man. Jason Nash.
You know, I'm a little thrown off because when I got the text to come, I thought it was a modeling shoot that I was going to be a part of today because it was you guys. I didn't know there was going to be cameras and pressure to be funny.
Todd actually has a modeling shoot scheduled after this. He wants to cut the podcast short because of it.
Oh, cool.
What's new?
It's not my fault.
So I roll with you?
Yeah, you come with me.
Cool.
I bet you thought it was a modeling shoot because Scott wasn't here, or... No, I'm just kidding.
I love that you're allowed to just dig at Scott when he's not around. Because most of the time when we make jokes, we'll make a joke about Jeff, and then David and I will be like, well, we can't do it because Jeff's not here. If Jeff was here, we could do it. Todd, on the other hand, just like randomly throws Scott under the bus whenever, wherever, on video, not on video.
I've known him for
It's great.
way too goddamn
I
long,
love that. If any of you guys made a joke about me and I wasn't there, I'd be like, oh, that's hilarious.
Well, we're going to be talking a lot of shit about Scott today, so don't worry about that. We watch your podcast. We noticed that you do bring up my name a lot, and I love it. I still get a little warm feeling in my heart when you do talk about Jeff. Jason will say, like, oh, yeah, I work out with Jeff, and he's great. And David will throw in, like, oh, my friend Jeff's so cool and good looking. I don't hear you bring up Todd's name a lot.
we used to bring him up all the time. And
really?
Yeah, remember? We were on the podcast.
He hasn't been coming around enough.
I think maybe lately we have not mentioned Todd. I think you're right. I think this week we're due for some Todd action.
Well, we
No,
got
you
you
don't
here
have
now.
to.
We could talk about Todd all we want. We won't treat you like shit like they do over there at the Views podcast because we know they give you a hard time there. Can we get you? Oh, we got you up there. That's good, Oscar. Good job, dude. It's good to have you here, Jason, man. Todd and I, we started our day early today. It's Monday morning. These podcasts are previously recorded. Unfortunately, we don't do them like Jason and David do over there, just randomly whenever they feel comfortable.
With Jeff, we can't go live as much as we want to, just because...
We have
what
to
he
cut
might
out
say.
all the
Just what he might
controversies. Yeah, but we hiked this morning. I just showered. Todd didn't get to shower yet because we're at my house. So fortunately, this is just an audio video podcast, so you can't smell Todd because he is stinking up the place over there, right, Jason?
I think I smell great all the time.
Not at all.
You could
Thank
smell
you.
him through the lens, I bet. At
Todd's
home.
that type of guy that doesn't even smell when he works out. And he's also that type of guy that if he did smell, half the girls would like it better.
It's
Probably.
yeah,
They'd be like,
you're
I like
probably
his
right.
stink.
Yeah, it's like a manly, musky smell, after you bang.
Some people like that. I love a sweaty girl.
Well, I just want to say, Jeff and I, we did this hike, and we try to keep quiet just so we can get everything out during this podcast. But we did get all our shit talking on all our friends out of the way, so you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah,
Except
so we
Scott.
won't have to be cutting out all the bad
Except for
stuff we said.
Yeah.
Except for Scott. Actually, since Scott is not here today, I wanted to bring up something that is extremely dark and depressing because that's usually what he carries onto our comedy, supposed to be comedy podcast. I got a fortune cookie the other day, and it said, problems of today will be buried by the sands of time. Extremely dark and depressing, but there's also comedy in it if you look at it like how Scott would look at this. It's basically like Todd sometimes will bring up his problems to me, and I'm like, dude, don't worry about it. You're really good looking. You're famous. You make a lot of money. Everything's going to be fine. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because in 1,000 years from now, there's just going to be sand on top of everything. All your old iPhones, your laptops, there's going to be sand covered. Look at the pyramids, right? You know what I mean? The pyramids over there, they say there used to be a whole society there, like a city. They had flying cars. They had figured it all out. And then the meteor hit, sand over everything. So all those guys' girlfriends that were cheating on them and all that stuff that happened with the Egyptians back in the day, doesn't matter because there's sand on top of it now. So make sure you look at life that way. Like that fortune cookie I got.
I can't believe that you say that that's depressing. That's literally the most inspirational fortune cookie you could get. And that you say it's sad. What does that say about him, Todd?
Optimistic.
You said it's the most sad and depressing thing you've ever read, when in truth, it means whatever's going on.
It's just in the
time
past.
Will fix everything.
Hey, time has wings. I mean, look at me. I was a piece of shit a few years ago, a couple days ago. Time heals everything.
I just put my finger in Nerf's asshole. And
Don't worry, Oscar does that all the fucking time.
He's got no tail, so when Nerf walks around, his asshole is always showing. That's got to be so embarrassing. Imagine you had to walk around like at the mall and stuff, and your asshole was out. That's Nerf's whole life,
Just put
dude.
no bestiality up here.
Yeah.
Fuck.
No, I don't think they were thinking about
that was a joke, by the way. I did not put my finger in his asshole. I'm actually very kind to Nerf, and I love him. And I just told Jeff if he wants to let him stay with me.
Let me smell your
he has
finger
no
and
tail,
let
man.
me see
He
if
has
I
no
believe
tail.
you.
He has no tail. Sometimes it slips in there.
That's not a dog's asshole. That's someone
It's
else's.
someone else's asshole. That's right, not the dog's.
Well, did you have a lot of candy last night, Jason?
What is this, an ambush?
I
didn't come here to be disrespected like that.
What is it, views? Is it views or views?
Jesus Christ.
Jews.
Talk about my religion all you want, but don't come at me with my sickness,
I had
which is
a little bit. I had a little bit of candy last night, a lot less than I usually have. Hey, Jason, it's okay over here. We're not exploiting you because you have candy.
Hey,
David
Jason.
has a whole big jar of candy in his house, man. That
Jason,
guy has a
I
candy
don't eat
problem.
it around
Just
David.
say, fuck David Dobrik. Just say it once.
I want to put my kids through college.
Get us
Yeah,
going.
you don't have to.
No,
You
no,
don't have to do that.
I know,
Yeah.
you're right. David posted a photo of his mom the other day, and I commented,
We loved it.
Thank God for your fucking mom, or I wouldn't have a career. I'd be-
Yeah, that's right.
you know?
Yeah, she's a sweet
I'll
woman.
tell you, it does bother me. People go, oh, David lives off Jason. Oh, and I'm like, what, do I bring nothing to the table? Nothing?
I got tagged in this.
I mean, Jason lives off David. Go ahead.
I got tagged in this yesterday. It was very interesting. I want to play it for you guys. You let me know what you think. This is like, I think the first time I had met David and hung out with him. I was more friends with Todd at this time. But you guys check it out. Let me know what you think.
Todd has a friend. This super New York, like, cool dude.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, straight out the wazoo, like, super cool dude.
Yeah, I met him for a second.
And it was just, like, the best day of your life, right?
Yeah, he's wearing a sport coat and jeans.
He looked insane. He looked like he won up Todd. And he looked like he gave birth to Todd. That's how cool he was. And Todd has a friend.
Wow. I don't know who they are talking about, but I got a feeling it's got to be me, right?
I don't remember that clip at all.
Cool guy, Todd's new friend from New
You don't
York.
wear sport coats.
I wear sport coats
Yeah,
sometimes. Maybe you
never
just had maybe you had a feeling you saw me in a sport coat. You might have misunderstood.
When I met Jeff, I thought he was really fucking cool, but I didn't tell him that because I had more followers, more subscribers, more likes than him, everything. And he was getting like 15K likes with his girlfriend at the time, maybe 50K. Jeff was like all about taking photos with me and Scott, but I used to go down his Instagram and YouTube and watch his old videos. I'm like, this guy's fucking hilarious.
Right.
And then finally befriended him, and then he befriended my friends, and now he's better friends with my friends, and now he's at the top. I guess life is a simulation if you think about it, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
I think they placed him in my life. Whoever runs the simulation placed him in my life at that time, and then kind
you're
of
Tati, he's James Charles. I mean,
yeah.
Oh,
You're right,
okay.
huh?
I don't know how. Wait, so that means eventually, I will build him up, but then I will tear him down.
Yeah.
And end him and make you lose 3 million subscribers.
no, Todd will end you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
In that situation.
Get your apology video ready, Jeff. Start on that shit now. Jason, what'd you think about Jeff when I first brought him to the group? When I politely, kindly did that gesture for him and I brought him into the friend group.
I thought he was great. I had seen his videos and I was like, oh, that guy's funny. And I definitely seen him in videos where he was the funniest one.
Yeah.
In the video. So I was like, oh, this guy's great.
Todd's videos.
Not Todd's videos, just other people's videos.
Like
Okay.
like Rudy's and Anwar's, right? Or like,
just other people's videos. I don't want to say who, but
Well, thank
but yeah,
you, Jason.
I just-
that means a lot. We really appreciate that.
It's not a put down on anybody. It's just a preference of his style of humor. Like,
Yeah.
The thing I love about Jeff is when he starts to talk, you don't know if he's actually saying something from the heart or if he's going into a bit because he's so dry.
Yeah, I don't even know.
So you're
a
like
lot
you're
of the
on
time.
edge the whole time. You're like, what's he gonna say?
Yeah.
And then you're like, that was from the heart. But then lots of times it was a joke the whole time, and you're just like, oh,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
took
I don't even
forever,
know,
but it was
man.
worth it.
our first couple hikes together, he had me. I was dying. Like so, every hike, we're going back and forth. It's just a great time.
That actually reminds me of the time that we hiked together. This story that I love telling. When you told me your answer to it was, I'm 45, Jeff. I don't care. You can learn a lot from that because Jason and I were hiking. Sometimes, we go on this hike and over here in Hollywood, it's like a pretty popular hike. You see some pretty girls there. And we're not like hitting on these girls, asking them for their phone numbers. Sometimes we'll give them a little smile and that's it. Maybe you see them again next time. And, you just have a little friendship. But Jason slipped and fell down in front of this girl and embarrassed himself very badly. It was a bad fall. Like he completely fell down, wiped out on his back. He had dirt all over him and he fell right in front of this really pretty girl that was by herself. And I was like, oh man, this is going to be bad. He's going to disappear. He's not going to come back from this. But Jason goes, hey man, look, I'm 45, nothing bothers me anymore. I just don't give a shit. And I'm like, that's a good way to look at life. It doesn't matter what this girl thinks because you're never going to see her again anyway.
Nope. And yeah, Jeff came up to me and he was like, oh man, that was rough. He like really felt bad for me. I was like, what do you mean? I was like, this is every day for me. It doesn't bother me. I mean, yeah, I didn't have a shot with her.
You've got life down pat, man.
Yeah.
It's impressive. I learn a lot from
Trying my
you. I'm
best.
very grateful to have you in the crew, an older guy that we could learn from, not just somebody that's going to stress you out with their problems like Todd does to me.
How do I stress you out?
You make your problems my problems.
No,
if
no,
you're
no,
fighting
no.
with your girlfriend, I'm fighting with your girlfriend.
Oh my God.
You know, basically, or just from behind the scenes, I'm ghostwriting your fight. I'm telling you, handle it like this. Let her know this. She's young. You gotta handle it like this. Yeah. All right, moving on. Like you said, James Charles stuff. We should get into that a little bit because
Okay.
Todd and I are both involved.
I've met James Charles a couple times. Always very sweet to me. He offered to send a video to my daughter because my daughter's a big fan of his. So yeah, as I know him, very, very kind.
He's all over the news. It's
Never
cool.
hit on me, and I'm straight.
He hasn't hit on you. There you go.
I'm sure he was just waiting for his time.
No, I think
You
he's
know.
got good taste. That's why he didn't hit on me.
Have you guys seen the videos about all the drama, like the news sites? I know the video is like 40 minutes long.
I've only seen clips of it, of
My-
Tati's video.
Yeah, my daughter was all in a huff about it.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
well, she's a big James Charles fan.
Charlie.
She was like,
Charlotte
she was
Nash.
like, Daddy, it's all over TikTok. What is going on with James Charles?
my
I'm like,
God.
I honestly don't know the whole story. So we watched like a 12-minute
I feel
video.
so bad for Charlie.
Don't feel bad for Charlie.
But what is her opinion on the whole situation? Has she unsubscribed from him with the other 3 million people?
No. She still likes James Charles, but I think she understood that, you know, there was some wrong stuff in there. And
He made some mistakes.
look, this is what I always say about 19-year-old YouTubers. Logan, Jake.
Logan's like 23, no?
Is he?
Yeah, I thought.
Okay,
Oh, it doesn't matter. Sorry.
whatever he is, 23 even, they have so much and they're going to make mistakes. When I
Growing
was
and learning.
23, if I was as famous as Logan Paul, I would have had, you know, hookers dead on my lawn.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? For James Charles, I always say like, oh yeah, he's 19.
Yeah.
So maybe he didn't know or maybe he fucked up.
What were you doing when you were 19?
God damn, I was at UMass getting shitty grades. You know, going
You're
to
getting
parties
shitty
and
grades?
drinking
I was working in
beer.
a barber shop in Miami.
yeah.
I had gotten a fist fight with my manager because he wanted me to wear the shirt of the barber shop while I was on the Jersey Shore. And I was like, this is a cheesy shirt, man. Fuck this shit. I'm not wearing this. These are my friends, the Jersey Shore guys. These guys didn't like it. They had locked up my clippers in the drawer. And they were like, you can't have these unless you put on the shirt to wear on the show. I'm like, oh, you guys are going to strong arm me? You're going to hold this shit over my head? So I beat the shit out of the kid in front of the shop. And then they pulled out a gun on me. It's Florida, baby. Everybody has guns. Be careful out
You're
there.
in Miami, huh?
You can have his ears out. He heard this story before. You don't have to cover his ears.
Hey, no, Nerf was in the mix of it.
He was there. Nerf
was
is
in the
37
mix?
years old. He's lived through everything.
47.
Yeah, stay put.
Can you
Nerf.
imagine?
He's older than me.
Can you imagine if I met Jeff when I was like 19, 20, where I'd be right now?
We'd both be dead. But that just goes to show you like where my head was at when I was 19.
Right.
And let's get back to the James Charles drama because that's what everybody wants to hear about, I'm sure, because they know that Todd was involved in a scandal with him. I've been watching the news videos about it from the drama channels, man. And it's cool when I see myself pop up in these videos because I'm like, wow, look, I'm on the news. And I'm like in there because they're talking about a scandal with, you know, a popular YouTuber using his fame to convince straight guys to have sex with him. But then I see my face and I'm still like, hey, that's me out there.
I don't know why, but Jeff, watching him talk, it's just he's such a sick fuck. It's so entertaining. The other day, I was saying something to Jason. Jeff wasn't there, and Jason's like, "Oh wait, Jeff was there." He's like, Jason's like, "Ever since you started hanging out with Jeff, you became a lot cooler, man. More."
Did I say that?
Or like more confidence or some shit like that.
That's good, man.
Oh,
I love
yeah,
the
yeah,
effect
yeah.
I have on you guys. It really is great.
You do have more confidence in taking out with Jeff, which
That's
is
good,
good.
man.
I wish it would rub off on me.
You're 45, Jason. You
Yeah.
already have the most confidence a person could possibly have. You've physically reached the top potential of confidence. You do stand-up comedy. You go out there in front of
Condolences
thousands.
is what I have, not confidence. That joke doesn't work. Cut it out.
Yeah. No, we'll leave it in. We'll leave it in.
Also, I think I do have some fibromyalgia. So I get in trouble when I use that joke. People are like, "That's not something to joke about."
Okay,
But my
you guys,
mom has
you're
it,
gonna have
and
to give all of our audience a second to Google
Fibromyalgia.
Farmofragera. Whatever. What'd you just say? Thermofragera? I don't know.
Margera?
Bam Margera.
Yeah.
All right,
I have
Sorry
Bam
about that,
Margera.
guys.
Jeff, I'm sorry I cut you off earlier. What were you saying about James Charles?
Okay,
How-
so the James Charles stuff, man. What are the biggest things that he's being dragged down for right now. It's for using his fame and money to convince straight guys to have sex with him or something like that.
I guess.
Well, how much money did he have to give you to have sex with him?
Come on, Todd. This is a touchy subject for your sarcasm. I don't know James that well. I've only met him through like doing the videos and maybe like 2 other times like at Coachella and stuff like that. He was really nice, and then oh fuck, man, this is just such a hard thing because it's such I'm walking on eggshells, man. We didn't make this podcast to talk about drama and do shit like that. We just did it to joke around, but
That's why we never bring anybody up on our podcast.
I know,
ever.
dude, but now I'm
Because
getting
you
these
can't
comments on my Instagram, and like for a while there, it was like annoying that everybody's like, date James, date James. I'm like, I did a collaboration with James, you know, like, then all the people at home, they want to comment this stuff and say like, oh, you should date James, and now something goes wrong with him, and now everybody's like, you need to unfollow James. I don't need to do shit. Like, just like when I collaborated with him, and, you know, he said some things that were like a little flirty, and I was like, hey, man, not gay. Let's move on. And then he was like, okay, we'll move on.
Yeah.
Let's do a video. And we talked about it in the video. And that was the end of the story. So people saying that like, oh, he's using his fame and power to manipulate people to have sex with him. You just say no, and then it's over with. What's the big deal? Why is he like having a big cancel party? I don't get it. Todd, you
What
were
if you
there.
accidentally say yes?
I mean, Todd really... Is that
What
a
if you
problem?
forget? What if you mix up yes and no, and you go yes, and next thing you know, he has your tongue in your ass?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
he's just holding you
I
down.
mean, who knows?
What if you trip and he falls, and then the next thing you're doing cunnilingus?
Why do I feel like this podcast is going to ruin my career?
Is it?
I feel
bad?
like I'm going to say something. Jason, you can't joke about that. You know, but James Charles his tongue in your ass. That's not something to joke about. People get tongues in their ass all the time, and it's not funny.
I know we're laughing about this now, but we're gonna get so much shit. God
Hey, if
damn
it was gonna ruin me, it already would have. You know.
From what I know of James Charles and how the few times I've met him, I think he'll figure this out, and I think he'll be fine. And you know, maybe it's a learning lesson for him. But I think he'll. But what is crazy, what we can talk about, is he lost $3 million.
Yeah,
Is
3
it
million.
3 million, yeah.
If I lost 3 million, I'd be negative 2 million.
People were having viewing parties of him losing followers.
That's crazy.
That people thrive on it. They enjoy it.
There's this one video of like the stock market, I think the stock market, it was like just like doing well.
Yeah.
And then, but they put in James' sub count going down, and everyone's just like, yeah.
Yeah, people. It's really crazy how people thrive on the downfall of people. It used to be with like politicians and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I remember, like, I was really young, but like
Spitzer.
Saddam Hussein, when they dragged down that statue
Yeah.
and stuff like that, like people are. But he would like.
It's a little different.
He
than
would do
James Charles.
like he killed people, right? Yeah, I mean, I was very young.
A dictator who killed everybody.
Wow,
it's
man,
not still going down, is it?
Yeah, it is. That's crazy.
Jason,
It's crazy how people jump on the bandwagon and support this type of negativity. That's kind of like, I get it. People like to be part of something, but it's like they're celebrating somebody's downfall, and it's not like he hurt anybody.
As somebody who's been through a scandal and a lot of crap, I can tell. Yeah, I can tell you that whatever you read online, whatever the comments you read that would upset you, if James Charles is out there like reading the comments and getting really bummed out, it's not real. Because when I was going through whatever shitty stuff I was going through, I would read the comments and be like, oh my God, I hate this shit. But then I'd go to the mall and people will walk up to me and they'd be like, yo, what's up, Jason? And I'd be like, wait, everyone hates me,
everybody
right?
hates
and then
me.
they'd be like, what do you mean? They don't even know. They don't.
No, yeah.
There's way more people that have no idea that James
I feel
Charles
like it's
is in.
almost like you're watching a show, and like it's like, okay, this character used to be my favorite, but right now he's in a bad spot.
Exactly.
But he'll come back from it.
Exactly.
And you're basically treating these people in their real lives like they're characters on Game of Thrones and some fantasy bullshit land like Todd watches.
Yeah.
And you treat these people like they're real people.
But the internet, it's not real, and people that just troll, not even troll, are on there all day commenting about your life, our lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can get fucked, and it's just like it's not real. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, like this guy James is not really murdering people and holding them down and raping straight men and saying, you want to lose your subscribers, you better have sex with me.
No,
he's not doing
saying that at all.
No, like people are just making this drama. It's fun to watch. It's fun to look, we got the thing up here. We were all having a good time, a
I
good
don't
laugh.
even think it's fun to watch. I don't. I don't even think I hate
But
people getting beat up.
Let's be honest. We were watching a drama video last night at David's. We were all lined up. So cliche vlog squad bullshit. Then we got this drama thing watching YouTube on the TV. And then David turned it off and he put back on the Rock movie. That's like every movie's the same that he does. And then I'm like, wow, man, those fucking stupid drama videos are better than this. This movie sucks.
Yeah.
I'd rather watch this YouTube drama than another Rock movie. You know,
It's the same thing over and over again.
shout out to The Rock. He's the man. I love him.
I liked what you said there. That was really insightful. It is. They think that I'm Turtle from Entourage.
Turtle.
You know, or they think that Todd is the guy from Big Bang Theory playing a character, but that was really good, Jeff. And then you get into these situations too where you get lost in it, where you're like, if I like make a joke about Todd, I think of it as like I'm on a sitcom making a joke about Todd, but people think it as Jason's a dick.
Cancel me. I want to be canceled. I want to have my episode where we put my social blade on the TV.
They won't cancel you because you want to be canceled.
I know.
Cancel me.
I don't want to be dismissive of what the allegations are. It is serious stuff.
Predatory behavior.
Predatory behavior. I don't know, man. I was in that situation specifically. James did come on to me, but I mean, we're comedians. We joke around. We joke around about our guy friends being good looking all the time, and it's just like it's something I'm used to. So he did in the beginning say like, "Hey, let's go to the movies" or something like that, and I'm like, "Hey, James, I'm straight, dude." Like, you know, like all jokes aside, like, and he was like, "Okay, cool." Then next week he hit me up to do a video together and talk about it, and we talked about it, and it was fine. Like, you just got to speak up for yourself. If you feel like you're in a situation where somebody is trying to manipulate you to do something, just speak up or ask one of your friends. Ask somebody that you think is smarter. Todd, you've been there before. You said you've done gay for pay stuff before at the beginning of your career.
That was with David, and he's uncircumcised, so it was kind of cool.
Oh yeah,
So you charged him more.
Yeah,
Right.
And David's gentle, and he keeps his shirt on because he's scared of his body.
I've never seen him with his shirt off.
Never, huh?
Never seen him with his shirt off.
I walked into his room the other day and he had a towel around his waist and he had his bare back to me. And he didn't even know I was there. And I went, and I walked right out because I was like, I'd never seen his bare back before. And I felt like I shouldn't see it.
Was it hairy?
No, his back isn't hairy.
I bet you he has a third nipple,
Well, that would explain a lot.
which I think we got to see that thing.
It was very interesting seeing you interact with his mom because I feel like you're his real dad. You know, like you're such a father figure in his life.
I don't know about that. He browbeats me every day. So it's an odd relationship if I'm the dad.
It's like a stepfather figure that you can abuse.
Yeah,
That he
because
has
his
no
dad's
power,
a great
you know?
guy too, and I love his dad.
Oh, his dad's fucking
His dad's
awesome.
great. I mean, yeah.
Every time when Scott and I would go to his dad's house, their parents' house in Chicago, he's like, it's like 11 in the morning. We just landed. Hey, you want a shot?
Yeah.
Aren't you guys the drinkers? Come on, huh?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh yeah,
"Fine."
he did that joke with me too.
Yeah.
He was like, Jeff, there's some silverware missing from the house, and he said like I stole because I've been to jail. But you could definitely tell where he gets a sense of humor from. His mom's very funny too. But I'm always interested in stuff like that, like where it splits with the parents, because you are a mixture of the two.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, you know what's interesting is his mom is an editor and his dad is a photographer.
Really?
Yeah, so David's good at editing and he's good at shooting. And so
Wow.
he got a lot from that. I love that. I love people's stories. Like Kurt Cobain has the best story.
Yeah.
You know, he went to this high school, he was beaten up, and then the year after high school, he got a job as a janitor in the same high school.
Mm-hmm.
So the kids at 18, 19 just fucking made fun of him. You fucking janitor, blah, 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 blah. And this created this storm of like
Angst.
and I'm going to fucking show you that I am somebody. And I love stories like that.
Yeah. And
Howard
like-
Stern, same thing. Went to a all African-American school. His parents pulled him out of the white school and sent him to the black school to prove a point, to say, look at us. We believe in racial equality. Meanwhile, he got the shit kicked out of him every single day.
Wow.
And that made him who he is, you know, and it gave him this really unique perspective.
Jason Nash struggled, homeless, dragged through the mud. Hey,
Yeah, and same for me. My story too.
your
failed.
come up is in the future. I think when you're like 60, you're gonna make it. Right now, all this stuff with all of us torturing you, that's gonna be.
That's it.
This is
is
your
it.
Kurt Cobain high school
This
story.
is my Kurt Cobain moment right now.
We're giving you
being
shit now,
tortured.
but you're gonna make it big one day, man. And
Thanks,
it's good to
man.
have you here. We're really lucky. Let's talk about this candy you're eating at night.
Swedish fish.
I knew this ambush was coming.
This is the theme of this podcast.
No,
We talk about the candy we ate at night.
I talked to Brandon Calvillo last night for like an hour about, whatever he's going through, and I love to be his friend, but I ate an entire bag of Cheetos just talking to him. Not a little bag, a bag.
On the phone.
Well, that's
or in
good. At
person?
least you aren't going in on the sugar.
Jason actually he buys healthy food.
Yeah, and then at night
but-
when I eat the healthy food, I'm like, this is not
You're sick
doing
of
it
it.
for me. This is not. These grapes aren't going to put me to sleep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you guys live together. I forget about that sometimes because
Yeah, we live
you're
together.
never together. You're never like talking about stuff that happens at home. You guys basically just use that big mansion that you rent to put your luggage there when you come home from your trips.
Yeah, that house is a bust.
I love the house.
It's tough.
We're both in and out because we're both so busy with social media and everything.
Just to remind you guys what our jobs are.
And filming movies.
Yeah.
No, I am in and out all the time. I'm always at
Todd's on
Jeff's
the
house,
road.
and,
He's living his life.
I was out of town for a while, but now I'm back for a little bit.
Todd has a full life and a lot of opportunities to go places, and you're doing the right thing, which is,
Yeah, you're doing great.
I think Jeff has a real desire to do stand-up and be a comedian.
Yeah, he does. He keeps talking about it. So the other day, he's like, "Oh, Jason asked me to do stand-up or open for a show."
Yeah.
And he's like, "I don't know if I want to do it." I'm like, "Dude, you talk about doing stand-up every fucking day. Just fucking do it. Commit." And so I think he's going to do your show.
I think
right?
I'm riding out the last of my good looks, and then when that starts going down, I'll start stand up. Yeah, because it's like I look at myself,
No,
dude. I
you-
look in the mirror, and I'm like, yeah, I don't like this guy. I'm not gonna like laugh at him. I'll like ask him what his hairstyle or what product he uses in his hair, or what's like a good workout plan. But I'm not gonna like laugh at this guy's jokes.
There's a lot of good-looking comedians now.
Name one.
A lot more than there
Who?
used to be. Chris D'Elia is really good-looking.
You think Chris D'Elia is good looking?
I mean, the guy was like a lead on a sitcom. You got to be somewhat decent-looking to be a lead on a sitcom.
He is. I guess he is.
Pete Davidson, #1 comedian from Staten Island.
Well, I love Pete Davidson. He's
I
my
do
favorite
too.
comedian from Staten Island.
Yeah.
And then Jeff.
Yeah, I think Jeff's scared because he doesn't want to be second best stand-up from Staten Island.
I don't think that's what
Oh,
it is.
shit.
I think the popular opinion on Pete Davidson is he's very funny, but he's not the best to look at, which I disagree. I think he's a cool guy. I think he messed up by dyeing his hair and getting too many tattoos. Maybe he went a little fuckboyish down the fuckboy lane. He looks cool. He
Yeah.
look really cool. Like
I love Pete Davidson.
but to be a respected comedian, you got to not give a fuck a lot. Like, look at Jason's shoes right now. I mean, those things have about a 6-inch foam thing on the bottom to protect his knees and joints, He doesn't give a shit about his appearance. And that's why he's so funny.
No.
Now, if he was in a tattoo parlor all night long, getting tattoos of like cool little tribal things and stuff, I'd be like, dude, why are you trying so hard for,
Yeah.
man? You don't need to inflict pain on yourself
but
to
then
be
at
cool.
the same time, like I see you guys looking so good, and there's like such a part of me that's like, man, I want to look good.
Go get tatted up. Get some new shoes.
You guys don't have any tats. Oh, he does.
I got some tats. I
You
mean,
have a
Jason,
couple.
you do have like some like nice designer clothes like Balenciaga, Gucci, and stuff like that.
I know, but I'll wear these Balenciaga shoes that Trisha bought me, but then they'll look good, but everything else looks awful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I do wish I could look good. I can't get it together. That's why I love David, because he does not give a fuck.
He doesn't,
either.
but he's so famous and so rich, and people just send him free shit, so he has cool shit laying around.
If he doesn't put it on,
Yeah.
I love when he walks in somewhere in sweatpants and everyone else is like dressed up. I'm like, this is hilarious.
Yeah.
Because it's that LA thing of like, if you guys aren't from LA, there is an LA thing of that thing of I'm so rich, I'm so talented, I wear whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
And it's not just David. There's like Adam Sandler will do that.
Yeah.
Adam Sandler, he'll go on a talk show
Yeah.
just looking like whatever. And I love that. I love that about Adam Sandler,
Yeah.
Well, he's
David
been doing that
has
for years, just wearing basketball shorts, just walking
Yeah, just wear
around.
basketball
Yeah.
shirts, whatever.
I
He
love
doesn't
that.
care. He goes to a premiere. He goes to a premiere in I've
Yeah.
seen him in a sweatpants. His movie that'll make $1 billion.
That's fucking great.
But Jeff, why don't you come and do stand up this weekend?
Okay. I mean, I'll introduce you. I'll come out there and I'll introduce you. I don't have like a routine
Why don't you
written.
just write like 3 minutes about Todd, and that'll kill.
You can play me or like do like a monologue.
I mean, I'll
Maybe
come
not.
up there and be like, hey, what's up, guys? My name's Jeff, because people are going to just
My name's
fucking lose it the second I walk
There
out
you
there,
got
you know?
You're an opener. That's a good joke.
And if I came out and they screamed and they lost
that's
it,
true.
and the
Maybe I
place,
don't want
Everyone
the
might-
fucking roof that dust started falling down from the
yeah,
roof.
I guess I wouldn't send David out there before me either.
The energy might be wasted on Jeff. If he
Oh yeah,
comes
Jeff, you're
first,
out. You
know.
just lost the job.
But if I come out and I'm like, hey, what's up, guys? chill out, chill, calm down, calm down. I am Jeff, but I'm here to introduce Jason. Everybody, welcome Jason Nash.
This is a terrible idea. It's one of my worst ideas ever. You're out. You're coming out in the
You
end.
should bring out like Jonah or something first. You know.
Yeah, he won't be. He won't be there.
Yeah, because then you have to pay for his plane ticket, and now we're getting into the expenses and the profits that you're going to walk away from in this.
For Jonah's plane ticket, then his family's going to want to go.
His whole family. Yeah, you got to fly 7 people.
I love Jonah.
And they all need
I
first
think Jonah's
class.
so funny.
No, I did too.
He gets a bad
He's
rap.
great, man. I gave him and Vardon haircuts this week, and they are so funny together. Vardon, that kid is a young Josh Peck. I think he's going to be the biggest out of everybody.
You think?
I think so. Vardon, that kid has talent, man. He could play a high school bully in like a huge blockbuster movie.
Yeah.
Or he could just make his own content, and I think he'll kill it that way.
He wants to
too.
own gas stations when he grows up. That's what he told me.
Okay.
Wow,
I'm gonna make all my money and make my money on Cameo, and then when I get money from the Cameo, I'm gonna buy a gas station.
That's awesome.
And then give all the money to my mother because she needs it.
He's made so much money on Cameo.
He's done all right on Cameo.
He's doing really well.
Yeah.
He's made $9,000, I heard, from
He
doing those
did?
videos. Are you guys on Cameo? You do that?
I'm on Cameo. I haven't shouted it out ever.
Jason,
but
you
I'm
do
on
Cameo?
If you guys want a Cameo.
For a while, I stopped.
It's kind of tough, man. You
I-
really lose your integrity when you make
No,
those videos for like $40. I don't know. I think
I
it's
look
dope
at-
that you do it.
I mean, I look at it as I have piano lessons like twice a week, once a week. I just do a Cameo and I pay for my piano lessons.
Yeah.
You know? I just put it back into myself.
That's cool that your fans are supporting you learning piano now. But you also make a lot of money doing other stuff, like
No, I really don't.
real life jobs and stuff, and endorsements and all that. So like, I would just be like, maybe you won't even notice that, and you're like bank statement, like your $50 or $100 whatever piano lesson. But I just can't bring myself to be on that. Like when people are looking at, who sold out, like who has absolutely nothing going for him right now and has to now resort to this. Like I'll just go to the website and be like, okay. God damn. Oh, shit. Cody Co's on here. Oh, man.
Matt
Dude,
King's
you're on the
here?
way
Oh.
up, bro. Why are you already doing this?
Well, Cameo is actually worth a lot of money now.
Oh, it's a great
Yeah.
idea.
A lot of money. I wish I was able to invest in that before it took off.
Yeah.
People love they love getting the messages, but as Josh Peck said to me, maybe just give it to them for free.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, that takes time.
Yeah.
And time is, I hate to sound cliche, but time is money. All of our time is so precious.
I just wish they like bought a piece of merch and then got that as a bonus, like, or just buying that video specifically.
Oh yeah, that's
is-
actually a good idea. If you could pair Fanjoy with Cameo and you're like, all right, buy my merch and I'll send you a video message.
Hey, let's just record our business idea brainstorming and we do none of them and lose all of our money. I had a good idea, man. I was going to make a water and call it ab water and just put sugar in it and have it not work, but just have like the bottle, like those colognes that come in the shape of like a torso that's ripped,
Yeah.
And do like the bottle like that. So people are drinking this bottle thinking they're going to get abs from it.
Yeah.
And then we just fucking cash in, make millions of dollars, sell it to Coca-Cola like 50 cent, dude.
But there's a ton of sugar in it.
Yeah, it doesn't work,
Jeff,
but it tastes
Jeff will be the
good.
model for it, and he'll do like
I'll model for it. I won't drink it, and I'll sell it for a ton of money, like $15 a bottle,
Yeah.
I think.
Like KKW. Kim
I don't-
Kardashian West, or as my
Yeah.
mom calls it, KKK.
Yeah.
Whoa.
She's like,
Oh,
I gotta
okay,
get
that's
that KKK perfume. I'm like, no, mom, KKW, not KKK.
Cut it out. Cut out. Yeah.
You gotta cut that?
Yeah.
No, it's an honest mistake.
Yeah,
she's
she's a
old, and
sweetheart.
She's like KKK.
I just like saying cut that out a couple times an episode. I think that's my catchphrase. Just cut it out.
Time is wings.
Guys, today's video is sponsored by Gothic Mochas.
No, you
can
did it
get some
last
of my
week.
merch.
You did it last week.
GothicMochas.com.
Go
They
get
need
my
to be
new
new
app,
every week.
Carpool Dad. Oscar plays it.
Okay, sorry to interrupt, but this is our quick little ad break. We actually don't have any sponsors yet because this is a new podcast. We still don't know if it's real or not.
Can I buy some space?
Yeah, you could do it. Go ahead.
Guys, this is my new app. It doesn't work.
Jason's 45 years old, guys. If we haven't said that yet, he's still learning how to use technology. It's new to him. I know the iPhone's been out for 10 years.
Yo, guys, it's Jason Nash, and welcome to Carpool Dad.
The game's great, and it pops up, and whenever somebody pulls it out and starts playing it, it starts out with, "Hey guys, I'm Jason Nash," and everybody just will be talking about some serious shit, and then you hear this stupid ass game come out, and it gets people laughing. It's so funny.
It's so dumb.
Check it out, guys. Jason came on the show.
Number 86 on the App Store.
Oh, wow.
That's huge, man. Who'd have thought you'd be a video game developer? How cool is that?
They're talking about a sequel already.
Jason, when Vine ended, how did you feel?
Oh man, I was so crushed because I didn't know Vine was ending. I saw it was out, and then I called Brandon and I was like, "Bro, what is going on?" And he's like, "Oh, dude, this has been coming for a long time." Because I'm 45, I didn't know.
Yeah.
And I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Bro, the app's been just dead for a while. I mean, I'm surprised it lasted
Oh,
this
you
long."
didn't see it coming?
No, I had no idea.
knew
I was like, "Oh,
I
it'll
knew it
come
was
back."
coming.
I knew it was down, but I was like, "Oh, people will come back to it." No.
How cool is that like you were back at zero and you were like, shit, man, I don't want to get back into another thing, but you did YouTube, you sucked it up, you stuck it out, you put in your hard work for years, all day, all night, doing your own videos, working with David and friends, and now you're back doing stand-up.
Yeah.
You made a video game, like shit you never think you'd do. Like that's the coolest stuff.
I got a second chance with
like a million
YouTube.
followers, like hitting a million subscribers. That's cool.
It's
Like
kind of really
milestones,
lucky.
but
It's
you
really full
never
circle with the
expect-
stand-up thing.
Yeah.
David found you at a comedy club, right?
I got really lucky with Vine to be able to make money and have all those followers. It died, and then somehow I got another lucky break to be able to do YouTube.
I
Well, you
remember
worked
we
your
were
ass
having a
off.
party at the Denny house, our first house where Zane,
Yeah.
me, Heath, and Scott and Elton lived, and you were there, and you didn't really hang out with us yet. We were just at this party. It was I think Zane's birthday,
Right.
and you're like telling me like, oh, your vlogs or your YouTube channel it's doing great, huh? I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't really know what I'm doing.
I remember watching your vlogs because you made them way before me.
Yeah,
And I was like, oh, this is cool. And you guys were all together. And it was like watching friends in a way because you were like, oh, Scott's popping in, Zane's popping in.
Yeah.
And you're also damn fucking likable. So yeah, I was like, wow, that's really cool that they do that.
but then like a month or two later, I think that's when you met David, and then
Yeah.
you started coming around more. And then I think the first like couple bits, I don't know, David really put you through the ringer.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Shaving your head, making you smoke.
I was just willing to like just do anything because I wanted my kids to eat. We had a great relationship that way. He needed content, and I was just hungry and just ready to do anything.
But it's so cool
You
to
know.
see the shit that comes out of these things. Like you expect to get like your million subscribers and stuff like that because everybody like I'm about to hit 1 million subscribers. It's like not really that big a deal because everybody around us has it. But when you get like cool opportunities in your life, like the collaborations I get to do now with some YouTubers, it's like
Yeah.
I never expected I'd be here cutting Simon Rex in my house and he comes out rapping saying he's sucking his own dick and stuff. And that's just like
But your product is good. I mean, those videos that Oscar cuts, they're really good. They're like little Comedy Central shows, you know?
What? That Oscar cuts? Hey, we're editing partners. If it was not for me there editing half that shit, it would never have a video come out ever. There would never be a single. I would have 0 videos on my channel.
Get the fuck out of here, Jason. You're done. What I meant to
great
say
to have you
is
here, Jason.
he brings a lot of the technical stuff that I don't think you know how to do.
Yeah, like there's
Maybe
a lot of
you
things
do
that,
a lot of the editing.
and
though.
he's completely self-taught too. He learned how to edit, shoot everything all from YouTube. So that's pretty cool. Just goes to show you guys, you don't need to go to school to do anything. You don't need to go to school to learn how to do comedy or write poetry. Oh, you went to school. Never mind. Go to school.
I didn't necessarily go to school just for writing. Yeah, I did other
you took
stuff.
writing in college.
I took
so-
I took a couple courses, but I was writing before that.
How's the book coming?
Been done for a while now. We were just getting all the technical stuff and everything sorted out. And so hopefully fall. We're hoping for a fall release date.
Damn.
And
that's exciting.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. Hopefully, I don't really promote stuff that well, like my merch, for example. But hopefully, I'll get better at it with the book coming out.
Right.
It's something I'm more passionate about. Obviously, it's kind of like I wouldn't say it's like Scott put out an album and it's out for the world, but for like this book, I'm really nervous just because it's kind of like
Mm-hmm.
not to sound all. It's like my soul is in this book, and so it's for people to read and judge and be like, oh, this guy's full of shit, or this guy sucks, or
Well, if you don't get a sick feeling in your stomach, it's
Then-
not worth doing.
exactly, yeah. So
Yeah.
no, yeah.
That's
So-
what I always would say.
Wow. That's a beautiful way to
Yeah.
look at it.
It's
When
like before like a wrestling match in high school,
Yeah.
I would have like these butterflies
Me too.
roaming around, which
Whenever I would do stand up and I would come up with an idea, I was like, oh, or a character. I used to do a lot of characters on stage. Like, I'd be like, oh, I get this like sick feeling in my stomach because I'd be afraid to do it or that no one would like it. And then I'd be like, all right, gotta do it and see.
you just got to commit.
Yeah. And most of the time I was wrong. It wasn't funny at all. But,
You've bombed a lot over the years.
Bombed so much.
But don't worry,
I had a bunch of bombs like last week.
You bombed recently.
when I was in Arizona and then
At your own show?
Yeah.
You bombed?
I didn't bomb, but there's parts that are like, because I don't do stand up every day and I'm not on the road, like there's parts that are rocky.
Yeah.
Not even rocky, but like my shows are different too because they're like, they know me
Mhm.
now. And so they're there like, they're just happy to listen, and there's parts that have huge laughs. And then there's parts that are like, I got to smooth this shit out. But, I'm just working on a show and that's it.
But it's okay because time has wings and people forget.
Time has wings. There's nothing worth doing unless you get sick to the stomach. James Charles
You know what?
has his tongue in my ass. These are the things we've learned
Back
today.
to cancel culture. Jason's been canceled and he came out of it. I am looking to get canceled myself just for some excitement in my life, but I'm too charming and I don't screw up for real. I'm too good of a person. So we're going to work on
You
that.
should bring your mother on this podcast so she can tell some stories about you.
That's funny. She listens to it and
Yeah.
she likes when she's brought up.
When I went back to New York with Jeff for the best trip of our lives to prank his parents, his mother told me some stories about him, and I was like, holy shit.
She's got good dirt on me, man.
She does?
She could
Yeah,
end
yeah.
me. My
Maybe she'll
mom, if
cancel
my
you.
mom cancels me,
That would be great.
I will lose a million
Your dad
subscribers.
should make a YouTube video about your parents
Don't give them
canceling
any
you.
ideas,
Yeah.
man, because they'll throw me under the bus. I've tortured them in my childhood. Now I came around, but
Yeah.
James Charles year is 19, dude. Oh man, I was still rough at that age.
Me too.
It didn't take till about
30.
like now, like this year that I
For
started
me, it
straightening
was
my
30.
life out.
Scott and I were batshit crazy at that age. I mean,
You still are, bro.
Yeah.
Saturday night when you called me, I was like, this guy's out of his mind, but in a good way. You're enjoying your life.
It's going to be so interesting when you guys are like 34 and like don't go out anymore.
I'm
Yeah.
already like 34 and don't go out anymore.
Yeah, well, these guys are behind you.
Yeah.
But I love that about you, Jeff. I love like when we were at St. Patrick's Day and you're like, let's fucking get out of here.
Yeah.
And we went to Nordstrom and looked at sneakers and bought
Yeah.
sneakers.
Oh
like,
yeah, we got good sneakers from that too. That was a good productive trip, and the other guys just got drunk and forgot what happened that day.
Yeah.
But we remember our day.
I feel like I should say something that I love about Todd now because I said something I love about you.
It's cool. You don't have to.
Yeah, I don't.
No,
I
I'd like
don't need
to.
the pedestal.
I'd like to. Todd's always in a good mood. He's always really cool if there's a mess in the house. He's always really cool if my kids stay there. He is a fucking wonderkind at Instagram. He always has good Instagram captions. I
Thank
love
you.
his arty vlogs and I love the diaries and I love being in the diaries.
Wow, I appreciate that, Jason.
And,
And the diaries loves you.
thanks. And I'm still waiting on some payments.
Yeah, we're just a little backed up right now.
Totally.
Financial
I
situation.
understand. Call Jack Reed, please.
I think Todd is not always in a good mood. I think he's always in a bad mood. Lately, he's always in a bad mood. I do love the diaries. I think you could do more with him. I think you could take a couple more hours because he shoots for like 30 minutes and that's his
Yeah, he does shoot quickly. Yeah.
Well, it's
and he
because-
doesn't edit them.
Joe's always on the run. He's shooting for David, for whoever. He's working, so I know he's busy. So we only get like an hour a week, but we make it work. And you're right. We should.
That's
definitely
such a
wanna put more
good
time.
concept. You're
more
such
time
a
into it.
deep person. There's so much for people to know about you, and there's so much funny stuff and like just even creative stuff that you want to do. I feel like you could voice that a little better if you took a little more time with that stuff. But you know what, dude? Sometimes I'm in on my
Right.
edits for like
You're
20,
right.
30 hours, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? I need to be more like Todd. So
Right.
who knows? We don't know what we're doing here.
Yeah, we really don't. I mean, like Jason, like you're a little older, not much. You ever have growing up? You ever have like an identity crisis,
Oh, yeah.
like of like trying to figure out what you're doing and like who you are?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. When I was married and had no job.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, I had identity crisis every day because I would go to like her work parties and stuff, and no
Yeah.
one would talk to me, and I'd be like, oh man, I am just shit. I am just the worst person in the world. So in that respect, I did. Are you going through an identity crisis now?
Not completely now, but like before, let's say like maybe like a year or two ago, like with the whole video situation, and then I kind of like really found myself. It sounds
And having known you now, you've definitely found yourself more this year
Mm-hmm.
than than last year.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
With writing, I've been journaling a lot more, which has helped.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a roadblock in the day, but
well, I love that you're a jack of all trades. I love that you do piano. I love that you're working on all these things, and none of us work on anything really.
Yeah, you work on a lot of things.
It's great.
Yeah,
Both
I think
of us
you
have a lot in common in that.
What's
you know,
up?
We have a lot in common. We both do a lot of different things, like a little bit of a lot of things, and not so much of like one main focus. Like Scott's main focus is music now mostly, and he's doing great with that.
But actually, if it wasn't for Jason, I'd be losing my mind because you introduced me to my piano teacher. Finding piano and like being able to put like energy and time into that, and like being like passionate about like getting better has like saved my mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
I was thinking that the other day that I should start taking lessons. I think it would do a lot for me.
Yeah, it really kind of calms you down.
I don't think it would make me any money or I'd be any good at it, but I do think it would calm me down and give me a purpose.
Exactly. Like trying to like find like your purpose in what you're doing. And
you know what I think, Todd? I think 27 to 28, what you just went through, is a rocky age, because that's like the age when you're like, fuck, I need to get my shit together now. This is real life. Like, I'm not getting any younger.
Yeah.
You start to get little wrinkles coming. I think that's the year when these guys
you're
start
right.
showing they don't go away.
Like this
and
year.
You're like
this
is going to happen fast. I'm aging fast, because 1 year is when it starts, and it doesn't like go quick, but that's when you just see it happening. Like Jason, you seen the wrinkles come in. What year was it around?
When my hair started to go gray and wrinkles, probably like, sun damage, late 30s, 40s.
Oh, okay. So you were a late bloomer.
Yeah, and then you go through that thing too of like, it lasts for like 6 months. You're like, oh my God, I'm getting old. And then you're like, fuck it. I'm old now.
Yeah.
And you
So
cross
you
it.
You just went through that stage and it was stressing you out a lot. I went through that before
Have you heard about Saturn return? Everyone has a Saturn return, which is the ages of 27 to 29, when those are supposed to be the key years where you change.
I started feeling that. 27 and a half, I see it in my face. Well, also too, if I would stay out late and drink for a couple days in a row, I definitely see it. But when I go sober for a few days, drink lots of water, I look a lot better, obviously.
Yeah.
But no, I have.
And hangovers start to get a lot worse at 27.
Yeah, but I did start seeing changes, and I started freaking out, and then I start freaking out about life.
I kind of calmed you down with that.
Jeff did calm me down, but like I see like my body, my face changing, and then I just start thinking about getting older and like what's the point of like everything's just like you're getting older and nothing's gonna matter. Like,
well, you're just at that stage still, kind of, because
like you get old, like
your life doesn't really start till after that. Like you go through that realization, like okay,
it's so funny. What you guys are talking about is exactly what I'm reading.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's so bizarre. I'm
really?
Like,
yeah.
You're like word for word.
Well, you don't have to read anymore, bro. You can just listen to us. That's the beauty of podcasts. You don't have to read anymore.
I was on the plane last week. I told this story last time, but I didn't tell the full story. So I'm flying first class to Atlanta to a festival, and there's this couple in front of me, old couple.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at them, and I'm just like, what's even the point anymore? You're old. You're probably like, I don't know. It's just like what is the point? Like you can't move well. And I'm like freaking out in my head. I'm like, oh my God, like life is just like, you're just waiting to die and like waiting to not exist anymore. Cause once you don't exist, you think people...
Okay, dude, you're making Jason depressed here because he's...
I'm sorry. People like, people mourn you for a couple days and then they forget about you.
There's a lot of things that matter in life.
And then, so I'm coming home from Atlanta and I'm about to board on the flight again. And the same fucking people are sitting in front of me.
Same couple?
Same couple are sitting in front of me.
They went to the festival too.
Yeah, it looks... Hey, so they are living life.
Hey, I saw you at Diplo's.
But so I saw him again, and I start thinking about everything again, and I'm freaking the fuck out on this plane again, and just thinking about like, dude, time has wings. You're getting older fast. Some of these kids listen to this podcast now are 18. Well, enjoy it, motherfuckers, because you're gonna be 40 pretty soon.
You need to get sober, bro.
Time has wings.
You got like fucking 2 weeks left, bro.
We all got 2 weeks left to live.
You're
man.
at about a week and a half left.
Look at it this way. Those years might be really great for them because all of us now are running around. Jeff's, I got to make a podcast. Oscar fucked up the audio. I got to do this. I got to do a vlog. I got to do piano. Like we're running around. We're trying to make money. But they're probably those two
Palm Springs playing golf.
kicking back.
Yeah,
know?
dude. You never know. Because I thought at like 19, 20, when I was in those Miami Beach years and I moved there, I thought I figured it out. I was like, this has got to be the best years of my life that I'm living right now, so enjoy it. But I was a fucking idiot. I was doing I was running around like an idiot. Now, when I finally got things happening that are real, that I'm not going to lose in a day, or like, like this is the real fun. Like I'm having a blast now, and I
Yeah.
owe a lot to you guys. But stay with it. It gets better. There are reasons to live your entire life and not just 2 more weeks of it. You get older, you have a family, you get to pass your life on to other people. Like have kids like Jason did, dude. That's crazy. Jason has 2 more of him. Like that's
God
crazy.
help us all. Yeah, this is the happiest I've ever been. This is right now. Like this is definitely the best time I've ever had in my life. So, and it took me a long time, but I'm happy now. You know what I mean?
I'm definitely happy. Like I just like freak out every once in a while. I have like an existential crisis.
Yeah, I do too.
Compared to like when Jeff found me, like back in October, I was a mess.
Right.
I was a big mess. I wasn't happy. But now I am much happier in like everything I'm doing. My
That's good.
relationship with my significant other, with my friends, everything. Parents. So everything's
Good, Todd. I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah, you got 17 years till your prime.
You know what I say? I'm always
We
in my
age
prime.
like fine wine, baby.
Yeah. Look
Look
at John
at Jason.
Stamos.
He's like an expensive bottle of Chardonnay with that blonde hair of his. Chardonnay hair.
I asked Jeff the other day, I go, I said, when you were dealing drugs and stuff, and were you like just always thinking about being busted? Because that's for me.
Yeah,
If I was doing stuff
I feel
illegal,
like-
that's all I would think about.
Yeah.
It's like sitting here like, are they coming in to bust me?
Yeah.
And he said the neatest thing. She's like, nah, he's like, you kind of enjoy it. She's like, you got to learn to like actually lean into it more and enjoy the fact that isn't that what you said?
That is true, but I do look at I'm not saying my friends that were doing the same thing would look at it like that, but
Right.
I like
But you
to
did.
always take every negative situation and look at it like as if I was watching myself in a movie. Like Blow is such a roller coaster ride of a life story, which is a true story, and it ends so depressing, but at least being able to look at that, I see things that you can enjoy in that. Like even when I was driving to work or like driving somewhere and I would see my ex-girlfriend's billboard outside, it would probably piss people off, or like that they have to go through that every day. Like this is what life has done. This is what God is doing, rubbing my ex-girlfriend in my face on a giant billboard.
Yeah.
But I just look at it like that would be a funny thing in a sitcom if like that actually
Yeah,
happened.
That'd
So
be
you
really
turn it
funny. Like
into-
you walk out, you're like, what the fuck?
You turn your negatives into a positive joke
Mm-hmm.
or something like that. And we're fortunate that we could do that because we make jokes for a living. But there's other ways that you could do that. Even if you're a hairdresser, you take that negative story and you turn it into a conversation you have with your client. They find some joy in it, and you can make somebody's day better. And I think that's really cool that you could do that. So that's how I looked at drug dealing when I would. Damn, my mom listens to this podcast. I can't go too far, but like I don't know, just getting on a plane and you have some illegal contraband on you or something like that. Just money, like not like a gun or like drugs, but you still feel that kind of thrill. Like you're getting the most out of life. Like you're just doing cool stuff like that. Like I wasn't a murderer. I wasn't walking around like okay with killing people or hurting anybody like that. But doing stuff like that, I would definitely find the thrill and thrive off of that for sure. So getting busted, it's inevitable. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. You can't change it. But
It's kind of like when Todd goes and gets like a juice, and he gets like a crazy juice instead of his regular.
yeah,
He's
bro,
like,
you're
I'm gonna
living.
live today.
You're living. No, Todd lives, man. He lives mostly just in the later hours of the night.
Todd does live it up. I love your life, Todd, for sure.
Thank you.
I'm glad you're enjoying yourself.
You got to. I mean,
I live vicariously through you.
I know my family, whenever I see them, they're like, oh, you're always like going somewhere and doing something. I'm like, I'm fortunate enough to like have met David and all you guys where
Right.
now I can like live this life of like being able to experience multiple things. Like I would have thought in a million years that we would take a private jet to a Conor McGregor Floyd Mayweather fight in Vegas. Like
Crazy.
I remember when we did that, we're flying there listening to Frank Sinatra, and then I can see everyone just like having a great time.
Right.
Casey, Heath, everyone. And like the plane gets a little turbulence,
Oh, yeah.
and my whiskey just pops up out of my drink, and like that's when it goes slow mo, and I can just see the whiskey coming down.
Oh.
And it was like Frank Sinatra, New York, New York.
Oh,
And, you got people doing bad stuff up in the front of the plane, flying everywhere, and it's just
Right.
like it was such a cool visual.
I was like this the whole time.
there was so much turbulence.
That's funny, man. That's like a scene that would make it into the documentary of your life. If
Yeah.
you had to
Yeah.
make it all back.
Totally, it was such a fun time. But yeah, like we get to do the craziest shit.
We're very,
you know?
really
super
lucky.
fortunate.
Really lucky. And then we landed that plane.
Uh-huh.
And Jack called me right away, and he goes, "What the fuck were you doing on that plane?" I go, "I don't know. Casey got it." And he was like, "Those go down all the time." And I was like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah, don't ever go on a plane like that again."
Oh shit.
what he
That's
said.
scary.
Because that was different. That was
That was not like a private jet. It was like a clanker. Like
you could like hear it. You're like,
yeah.
it was like a jumper from Bali to Bora Bora. You know.
Yeah. Wow. Well, that's life, man. You know, what's the point? What's the point? You got 2 weeks left. Make the best of it. Cool.
Jason,
Thank
thanks
you
for coming out.
Yeah, thanks for
Coming
coming
over
on,
here.
Jason. You were a great guest. It was a very mature episode.
I honestly
forgot we even do this with Scott. He's here
Yeah.
sometimes too. Check it out. We're trying to come up with a name, guys. Comment below what you think a good name for this podcast that we do here. Sometimes Scott's here too.
And Jason, you actually have a very soothing podcast voice. I love listening to you.
Why, thank you, Todd.
Yeah.
It's great to be here, and
we're
thank
signing
you for
off.
having me. I like Skotcast. I think it's funny that it's called Skotcast, and you do most of the talking.
I like that too. Yeah.
I don't think you're gonna beat Skotcast.
I would never name it Jeff Cast.
Skotcast is good.
Yeah. Let's just keep that. All right, guys.
Dude,
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for
Juice.
listening. Bye-bye.
Nerf is out cold.
Don't.
Nice.